Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video. Here is something that I was not expecting. My oh my, HAWKEN is back, and it is coming to Steam Early Access this week in a new form. Still a free-to-play title. It'll be completely free. We have HAWKEN Reborn. We got a very brief trailer that has been uploaded. Along with that, several screenshots and things of that nature, but don't even worry about it being a brief trailer, because sometimes you see a brief trailer, like I see some of these PlayStation cinematic trailers for games that are 5 years away from now. No, we ain't doing any of that. HAWKEN Reborn will be dropping in early access on Steam on May the 17th. So this is going to be a quick turnaround from announcement into the actual release. The reveal trailer has been uploaded, and they've set up a bunch of new social channels. They've got a Discord, they've got a Facebook page, they got a Twitter, they have a Reddit and an Instagram page, and their YouTube handle is HAWKEN Reborn. That is the name of the game as well. Let's go over all of the information. Again, coming to Steam, free to play this week, so no time wasted at all. Stealth dropping a major free-to-play release like this. Let's see how it turns out. It is early access, so ultimately this is a game that's very early on into what it's ultimately gonna be, but let's go over the information. The official Steam page is up, and it lists this: return to the world of high-octane mech combat in HAWKEN Reborn, construct your ultimate war machine, and shoot your way through hordes of enemies to uncover the mysteries in this brand new free-to-play PvE mech game. So it is centered around PvE. I'll go over all of the information on what they're doing with early access at the end. Let's just go over the Steam listing and everything that they cover there. The game notes: welcome to the world of Alal, a planet once thought to be humanity's future utopia turned into a grim dystopia driven by corporate corruption and greed. Alyssa's terraforming poisoned the atmosphere, and a terrible accident gave birth to the Giga, a nanite plague that ravaged half the planet. Become a mercenary pilot, pitting your mech against the dangers, gaining fame, fortune, and resources to reach the truth behind its bodyguard of lies. And yes, mech action combat at the heart of this game. If you know me, you know I love me some gigantic robots battling it out. Mech action games is something that I think is completely underutilized in video games. Thankfully, we're getting Armored Core 6 in August. It's a big budget AAA mech title that's being done by the fine folks over at From Software. This obviously a different style of game, given that it's multiplayer in mind, a free-to-play title, a new way to play, experience a brand new PvE, player versus environment experience in the HAWKEN universe as you fight through the dystopic lands of Alal against warring factions, greedy corporations, and even more deadly adversaries. Visceral, high-octane mech combat. Experience moment-to-moment combat with highly mobile combat machines equipped with deadly weapons to dominate opponents and unique thrusters that enhance both ground and vertical mobility. Patrol for bounty contacts, take on special radio missions while on patrol to earn script and resource to upgrade your mech. Be careful though, the longer you're out there, the harder your enemies will become. Grab what you can and get back to base. If your mech goes down, it's back to the hangar with nothing but the scraps. Build your perfect war machine. Customizability gonna be at the heart of HAWKEN Reborn. Construct military-grade mech models known as axes with an all-new blueprint and upgrade system featuring a deep progression of power-up options for weapons and key components. Discover a reimagined world, uncover never-before-seen regions of Alal as you fight head-to-head with the corporations and factions fighting over a vast, futuristic, open world filled with resources, forbidden zones, and enemies lurking around every corner. And join an evolving narrative, play a part in the next chapter of mech warfare in the HAWKEN universe with 6 opening missions to complete in this initial arc. That's what you're gonna get right off the bat. Venture out in on your mech and fight alongside new characters to discover all new storylines hidden deep in that will continue to evolve in the future. Remember, this is just hitting early access. There are several updates that have been detailed. We'll get to that in a little bit. If you're looking to play this game, they only have minimum requirements out. For recommended, they just list requires a 64-bit operating system. I'm sure that's going to get updated here very shortly. Minimum requirements are super tame. You've got an Intel Core i5-4430, AMD FX 6300, 8GB of RAM, GTX 960, Radeon R7 370, and then 30GB of available space will be required, and you know, not going to be a difficult game at all to run. They don't note controller support in the game. HAWKEN did drop on the PlayStation 4, so maybe that's something they'll implement in the future. Right now, the game is only coming to Steam via the Early Access program. Maybe it'll at some point release on PlayStation and Xbox as well. We'll see if that turns out. And as far as the Early Access program, they note this. Early Access is perfect for achieving our vision of HAWKEN Reborn, as we want the community to play a significant role in helping shape the game's future. The game has its foundation in place with the initial story mission set and various initial mechs and weapons to acquire. The opportunity to work directly with players and collect feedback is essential to our development approach with HAWKEN Reborn. We're excited to work with the PC Steam community to build this new era of HAWKEN together and make it the ultimate mech PvE game. As the Early Access period progresses, we'll introduce free content updates that bring new features into the game, gameplay optimizations, and more. The community will help play a critical role in shaping the game's progress during this time. As far as how long the game is going to be in Early Access, again, they are just getting started, as noted. HAWKEN Reborn is in its very early life cycle. We're just getting started. We will give the game the time it needs in Early Access to create the ultimate HAWKEN experience, which we currently estimate could be around 18 months. However, we will adjust as the game develops and ensure it gets the time it needs to be ready for a proper 1.0 launch. Be sure to join our community channels to learn more about development and our future roadmaps as Early Access progress. Again, they have a Discord page, Facebook, Twitter, Reddit, Instagram. I'll leave a link to the trailer in the description box below. They have all that listed there, and obviously with the trailer, their YouTube page is right there as well. As far as how the full version is going to differ from Early Access, we're currently in Phase 1 of our Early Access plans, focusing on polishing the game and optimizing the gameplay and combat experience while improving critical elements like the UI, enemy interactions, and more. As we progress and take in community feedback, we'll move into our next planned phase with additional content to unlock once our key foundations are in place. As far as Phase 2 goes, in Phase 2 and beyond, we'll provide free updates with new missions, new mechs, and more content to enjoy. We'll continue tuning the experience regularly and working closely with the community to update on those changes as they're introduced. Expect the official release to be the start of HAWKEN's next chapter with cooperative multiplayer, exciting new content to explore and collect, and an epic storyline to dive into. As far as what you're going to get out of Early Access right off the rip, HAWKEN Reborn is launching in Early Access and is a genuinely early in development game. It launches initially with 6 playable story missions via the MercNet menu. At Early Access launch, we'll have 1 zone playable with radio missions that are playable in patrol, allowing for initial early replayability and exploration. This content is the foundation of our core gameplay. Additionally, the game has 5 mechs at launch with multiple weapons and thrusters to craft and tailor to your playstyle. More options to unlock will be introduced via future updates. We're looking for pilots to start their journeys in Early Access to help provide valuable feedback to help guide combat improvements and gameplay changes. As far as pricing goes, HAWKEN Reborn will remain a free-to-play experience throughout Early Access and the official release. And as far as the community, we're building HAWKEN Reborn for the community, with the community. Throughout our development process, community first will be our mantra as we create a feedback loop to involve our players in building a game that strikes the right balance for everyone. With each build, we'll actively engage our players and listen to their feedback across our official social channels, talked about that earlier, and Steam page, making adjustments, pre-deployment, community testing, releasing content, and repeating this cycle. So there you go, HAWKEN out of nowhere is back, being developed and published by 505 Games. HAWKEN was one of those multiplayer games that for a while, I think that, a lot of people did want mech action titles. This one going the PvE route, hopefully it does turn out well. An open world title at that. Obviously going to be a little limited with its initial launch, but hopefully more content is rolled out pretty consistently. Nice to see the franchise back, and just like that, you get a trailer and you get a release right after. It's an Early Access title, so it's not like this game needed the marketing push. I think this is the best way to go about it, honestly, given that this is a franchise, and HAWKEN in general has been pretty dead for a while now. So now that you're going back with HAWKEN Reborn, it's a chance to revitalize it. It has some cachet from a name value standpoint, but you're not going to keep people being like, when's HAWKEN coming back? When's HAWKEN Reborn dropping? You don't need to do that. You have something in place right now. It's hitting Early Access. It's going to be free. People are going to check it out, and then ultimately it's on them to continue to update the game with consistent updates in this right now scheduled for 18-month period in Early Access. But take that with very much a grain of salt. Whenever games just hit Early Access, that initial window of expectation to be in Early Access, that's just a tentative timeline. It's gonna be adjusted quite a bit, and I would say probably it's gonna take longer than 18 months, 24, 28 months, whatever the case may be as far as that's concerned. But HAWKEN Reborn coming May 17th, free-to-play Early Access directly on Steam. Again, the Steam page is live right now. Check it out. Maybe add it to your wish list if you're interested. Obviously, there will be in-game purchases and whatnot as a free-to-play title, but we'll see how this one turns out May 17th. That'll do it for me. Let me know all your thoughts in the comments section down below. As always, thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.